welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. Now, my name is Nimo and I live in the Netherlands for the past 5 years, and I make videos about my life experiences as a Kenyan girl living here in the Netherlands. And today I have a guest with me. My beautiful friend decided to come and make this video with me, and she's going to tell you her name and a little bit about herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Pau. I live in the Netherlands now almost 10 years, and I have 2 kids. I work at FedEx and the part-time or like a hobby and something that I'm passionate about. I have a platform called Fashion High Tea and another one called Mind Beauty Sphere, where we deal with issues about mental health affecting women who have recently or lived in the Netherlands. That's about me.
Yeah, so that is Caro, and today's video is actually about mental health awareness, and we are going to talk about like our own experiences with mental health, because what happens actually once you move to a new country, there are challenges that you're going to face, and these challenges might end up affecting your mental health. So it has happened to me, it has happened to Caro.
Definitely, yeah.
And it has happened to other people as well. So we are just going to talk about our experiences, and let me know in the comment section if you can relate also to what we are saying. And Caroline is also an event organizer, so she organizes an event called Fashion High Tea, like she has mentioned, and that is basically about bringing people together in fashion. So there is catwalks and all that, but then the main thing there is people to come together and connect, yeah, and things like that, right?
Yeah. And then we raise money for a cause. Every year we choose a specific cause that has something to do with my life personally, some things that I've experienced or the people around me from back home.
Yeah, so the money that she gets from the event is for a good cause. And last year it was about, where did the money go to?
It was for girls, menstrual health.
Yeah, so
yeah,
the money that
girls
was
at school, those
yeah,
who live in, when they're having their monthlies and they can't stay at school because they cannot afford the pads.
Yeah, so basically there are some girls in Africa and actually also in other countries, but because we come from Kenya, so there are people, yeah, from Africa, girls in Africa that do not get sanitary towels and the tampons that we all have here. They don't have that, and when they get their periods they cannot go to school because they're scared of soiling their clothes and the embarrassment and all that. So last year's money that she raised with Fashion High Tea went to
Me to You, a charity organization also by a Kenyan lady living in the Netherlands.
Yeah, Me to You. And you also have an event called Mental Health Awareness, right?
Yeah, that is just a branch of the Fashion High Tea. It's called Mind Beauty Sphere, and it is actually, I started it because of the experiences I had gone through and talking to my friends, different encounters that I had with different women living here. So I thought, now, I think I'm not the only one. Why don't we just sit, meet, talk, heal together, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so if you're watching this and you're like at a position where you're thinking, I would really like to go out and meet people, because what happened to me when I moved to this country is in the first 2 years actually, it was very difficult for me because I didn't know of any ways that I could meet new people. And also I was looking for people from my own country that could relate to me, yeah, or let's just say black people like me that have all from Africa that have the same experiences, and we can talk about things that we actually can relate to together.
Yeah.
So if you would like to join the mental health awareness group on the 20th of this month,
yes,
so 20th of June, there is going to be an event.
Yeah, it is going to be in Beckbergen. But we all know there is something going on right now, the corona issue, so we cannot really host too many people. It's going to be very limited. And with the ladies who have already signed up, we're going to try our best to adhere to the rules set by the RIVM, you know, with the 1.5 meters and, you know, that kind of thing, just to have control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there cannot be too many people at this event on the 20th. Do you have enough people right now?
We have about 15 people, so probably 5 more spaces.
Yeah, but still, it is still possible to organize. I mean, another one immediately after that. The point here is that because we cannot be too many people at the same place, there's always still a chance to organize another one, and still another group of people can come together.
And a disclaimer, I am not an expert in this topic. It is just because I am passionate, and through learning and reading and talking, I have learned of coping mechanism for, you know, my triggers, because I still go through things, and by talking and sharing and you know, healing, it is actually a healing platform, I would call it.
Right.
Yeah.
So guys, if you want to be part of mental health, I will attach her details below.
Thank you.
About there will be then mental health awareness and fashion high tea. It will be down below, so you can always reach Caro, or you can always reach me also if you guys want to be part of this. So let's talk about your experiences. Like, what did you go through? Like, you thought this is really affecting me mentally.
Yeah, when I first moved here, I thought my career is going to pick up just where I had left it in Kenya. It was okay.
Yeah.
But then looking for work, and you're told you don't speak the language, and you sit down and think, by the time I really grasp this language, how long am I going to sit in this house when the person who I am with is working, living his life, and mine is at a standstill? I am not that kind of person who would just sit, and that just got into me. And yeah, I really started blaming myself. I was asking myself, why am I here?
Yeah.
Do I really need to put up with this? You know, you don't have patience. You really want things to work for yourself because you're a grown-up. Things need to be moving, but now you feel like you're on a standstill.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very lonely.
Yeah.
It was a very lonely moment because you are there on your own. You don't have so many people to talk to. I actually just knew my husband and his best friends, but he has his own life, which is going on. And what am I, you know?
Yeah, I do understand you totally. So the first point that we are actually talking about, that maybe you could be facing, you could be going through, is loneliness. Before you move to the country, you're planning, I will get there, I will get a job, and then I will create a career, and then later maybe the children will come and all that. But that is actually not what happens.
No.
Because once you're here, you need to learn the language, you need to learn maybe how to drive, maybe you need to learn how to bike and all that. And most of the time also you move to the country, to that new country, and you don't know anybody apart from your partner or maybe your workmates. And then it ends up being very difficult to connect with people, and you end up being lonely because most of the time you're alone. You're by yourself. Yeah. So loneliness is something that affects us people, most of us, if not all of us, that move to a new country.
And through the loneliness, your self-esteem is also affected because you get a lot of no's everywhere you're going. You're trying to find jobs, no. You know, you're really reminded that you're new here. You see, what can I call it? Yeah, you just see the difference. You really don't belong here.
Yeah, you would think that, in the beginning you would think that, no, I don't belong here.
I don't belong here. These people don't get me. They don't understand me.
Yeah, you feel misunderstood, right? You will feel misunderstood, really. And there's also something that you've said. Your self-esteem.
Yes.
Your self-esteem will really go down. Like, for example, for me, what happened to my self-esteem was that because of the cold, and it is something that I cannot change, that's just how it is, but because of the cold, I wasn't able to look at myself too much in the mirror. I didn't see myself that much. So then, because I didn't see my body, I didn't feel sexy enough. It reached a point that if my husband would say to me, you look beautiful and all that, I will be like, I don't believe him.
No.
Because in my mind,
You don't feel it.
it's not what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh my God, I am ugly, or I'm always in these thick clothes and all that. But that's changed. That's changed much later. And it changed when I met other people, when I started to go out with other people. I started to dress up nicely, even if it is in the winter.
Yeah.
I started to dress up really nice, and yes, put on a jacket and maybe go out to have dinner, maybe go out dancing, but still dress up nicely. And I started also to accept that I cannot change the weather. I cannot change the fact that I'm living here now.
Yeah.
Because this is where I want to be. I learned to accept myself, and I learned to accept the winter and how to make myself still look.
You just find ways of coping with what is there.
Yeah, to look beautiful and to feel beautiful, and it was all here in my mind. So
yeah. Now, before we go on, I would just like to say, when people talk about mental health, you know, like from where we come from, you would think this person is mad. You know, it is a taboo.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say that. Mental?
From Africa.
No. But basically, mental health is taking care of your emotional, you know, psychological and social well-being. It affects how you relate with people, how you feel, how you act. So as much as you do not see it, you know, like if I had malaria or if I had a headache, I would come to you and tell you, I have a headache. But why is it not okay for me to come and tell you anymore I'm not feeling, you know, you ask me a question, are you okay? And I'll be like, not really. And then that brings in more conversation. And I think it is something that we actually need to do more, you know?
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about what we're going through.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be shameful just because you don't feel sexy anymore. It shouldn't be shameful just because you're lonely, because you left your country and now, you know how they say, you cannot just leave your country and expect to go somewhere and start to, like, you thought that the grass was greener on that side, so you need to live with the consequences and stuff.
Yeah.
No, we need to be able to speak up about it and talk about it, and
and that comes from social interaction. With more and more people you meet, you'll be like, the stories are similar. It might not be the exact same thing, but the basics or the feelings are the same. We all go through these things.
Yeah, but I also understand that you cannot always go and speak to just somebody. Because then you are also scared of being judged. You are also scared of them saying mean words
That
to
is
you.
actually the biggest cause why people don't talk.
Or maybe that they will go and talk
to
about it to somebody else and all that. You're afraid. You don't know which are the right people, because also I remember I've heard people say that once they came to this country, they met people, but these people they ended up meeting negative people that ended up messing up their minds with so many ideas and so many things, telling them that this is how it needs to be. When actually it is the other way.
But then it comes back to the point where you have to find people who you can relate to. And that is difficult. It takes time. You will open up to different people and you will be betrayed and you will be hurt. But along the way, you're finally going to find somebody.
And the best thing is if you just by mistake end up meeting these people that are going to mess up your mind, and the wrong people, let's just say the wrong people, I would advise you not to give up. Try to find good people, because there are good people out there. Try to find good people. Try to find connections, because we all need connections.
We need each other.
We do need each other. You cannot always stay by yourself. It's really going to affect your head. So,
and that shame of just being scared to talk. I don't know which other way is easy, that can let people open up. If I had like a tablet, it would be easy. It took me a while, by the way, It also took me a while. I bottled up so many emotions until it started showing physically, you know. You keep in too much, and I was tired. I was overeating. I just didn't want to do anything. And that is when my husband's like, I think you have something. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah,
no.
for me, I was sleeping. I was sleeping too much because I was like, at that time, I was depressed. And I didn't see anything positive.
Yeah.
Everything that I saw for me was really negative. When it's even positive, my mind will just change it to negativity.
Yeah.
So I ended up sleeping. I would sleep like until noon.
Wow.
And then wake up, eat, and sometimes I wasn't even eating good, and then I would go to sleep because then I'm like, why would I stay awake? Why would I go to the city?
Yeah.
When I go to the city, I am all by myself.
Yeah.
I am walking around by myself. I have no friend. So it was really a very difficult time the first 2 years. I can still remember that one time I really wanted to go to a restaurant, and it was in the summer, so I was walking in the city, and I wanted to go into a restaurant, and I saw that everybody that was sitting in the restaurant was not alone. They had their families, they had their friends, and my husband wasn't there. He needed to work.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't always like bring my husband everywhere. I couldn't like, he needed to work, you see?
Yeah.
So on that day, I went back home, and I cried and I cried and I cried because I felt really, really lonely. I was like, okay, I really don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to find that connection, and you cannot, it's not coming.
Yeah.
But then later on, I realized that these things can take time. And accepting that these things can take time, and just being open-minded, and just go sit in that restaurant and eat your food, and once you're done, go do something else just by yourself. It's okay to be by yourself. And by being by yourself and being open, then you attract more people. Because also being by yourself and being so closed, when you're so negative, you
the
will
energy
not.
radiates. Everybody around you would feel it.
You radiate you radiate only negativity. Nobody wants to be around negativity.
No.
People don't want that. People are going through a lot, that they are searching for positivity and friendship and openness and a smile. So
Wow, interesting. It's nice to talk about this.
Yeah.
And it is just so funny that once you start, the words just keep coming and coming and coming. It is really interesting. You need also to find a way of, discovering or knowing your triggers, because there are certain things that, depression or whatever, it could come from your past or certain experiences you've had, whether here or back home, and something happens and it brings that up. So you will start acting a certain way, you'll start making different choices. So maybe if you also just find a way of knowing what triggers those moments, where you have your ups and downs. Life is up and down, either way. With mental health or no mental health, life is up and down. We just have to find a way of dealing with it. And physical activity can also help. I'm thinking. Moving, for me personally, if I walk out, the last couple of weeks with the corona issue and that kind of thing, I have had so much time to think and analyze, and I've noticed things in myself. So the only way I can let it out is by walking, putting a podcast on my ears, and just, I come back home and I feel refreshed. I can go back to work again.
Right.
So maybe physical activities as well.
Yeah.
Means maybe visiting some friends. I'm here today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because we've talked about the challenges, some of the challenges, that is not actually everything, but just some of it. But what I did, let me tell you what I did to avoid that, to change my life and try to be positive about things. So I, like Caro said, you need to maybe physical activities. like, I will tell you the truth. In the beginning, I have done pole dance.
Wow.
So I attended a pole dance class just looking for connection. It's not because that I wanted to do it, like, no, but I thought, okay, this could be nice and there could be nice people there, so I attended that. There was also Sportizi or something. There was a gym that I attended. I went for Zumba.
Wow.
I went for all that, but okay, I didn't find it. I didn't find connection in those places. No, because also the cultural differences.
Yeah.
You know, we Africans, we are like, okay, so after this, should we go have a drink or something like that?
Very warm. Yeah.
But in the Netherlands, it's like, okay, I am here for yoga. I even did yoga. I am here for yoga, and after yoga, I'm going home.
A lot of things.
Yeah, because then, you know, here is like, okay, I will leave my children with my husband for like 2 hours. I will go for class. After class, I will go home. Or maybe people have things planned.
Yeah, structure.
Yeah, they have a structure.
Yeah.
It's not like, especially at that time when you're new, you don't have a job, you have all the time. So you are expecting that if I go to the gym, I will meet so and so, and then we will go. After that, we will go sit down, have a drink, have a drink or whatever. But it's not going to happen like that. It is not going to happen. So it is going to take time.
Yeah.
But I continued doing that, and I was also going out by myself.
I have also done that. People
Yeah.
find it weird, but I've also just taken myself out, or dinner, or in a club, dance,
Yes.
talk to people, go home, and it feels refreshing.
Yeah, I did that. I just dressed up nicely and I went out. Because, you know, okay, you're with your partner, but you will not always drag your partner everywhere. No, you cannot do that.
There's certain things I think you have to discover for yourself.
Yeah,
And
also,
by just pushing yourself because you can.
yeah, and also at some point you will be like, my partner is also against me. He's not understanding
He
me.
doesn't get it. Doesn't he see that I gave up everything to come here?
Yeah,
And
you will think like that. Really, you're going to think like that when he's trying to support you in every way.
yeah.
But also, it reaches a point that you're like, yeah, but I cannot always like tell him, let's go this, let's go do that. And also my partner, your partner is Dutch.
Yeah.
So he's also used to
A
assist
certain
him.
way, yeah. He has his own system in his head. They are brought up in a certain way. So
Yeah.
yeah, and this society is where you think about yourself. Me, 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 me. So he would probably be like, I worked all time, the whole day, I am tired, I don't have that feeling to go out.
Right.
And you've been probably in the house the whole day.
Right.
And you want to go out, but he doesn't feel like, or he doesn't have the energy to. So are you going to sit there with him?
No. So the best thing is just, you need to find connections. You need to try and find friends, and don't go like expecting like wonders or like things to be exactly like in Kenya or wherever you're coming from, because also those friends from your country will come here and they will catch up to the system and then they will get children.
Busy.
And they will be busy with their jobs also.
Or their own lives.
Yeah, so you need to learn how to adjust yourself. And that thing of saying like, I always have time, that is going to change also. You will not always have time. And make sure that you don't have time always.
Yeah. Because
you
then
understand?
I get it. Then
Yeah.
you're going to be sitting there and thinking, overthinking things because you're idle.
Yeah, so try to find a job. Try to find something to do, even if it's not the dream job that you always wanted to do.
It's a start.
Yeah, it is a start. Just start somewhere, and once you're there, start building. Try to see if you can go to school and study.
There are a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, go to the gym, and if you don't make a friend at the gym, it's okay.
There are churches.
Yeah. Go to the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are going to open up sooner or later. I know things are closed now. You cannot just do that right now. But also try to find people from your country, people from your, I don't know how you say
Community.
that. Yeah, people from your community. Try to find them on social media. And once you find somebody, don't be afraid to send a message, hi, and tell them who you were and ask them if they want to have a drink sometime, or maybe if they want to call. Like there's a girl, I haven't met her, but we talk on the phone like for hours, like we know each other, but we haven't met. We've met through YouTube.
Wow.
And she sent me a message through Instagram. And now we talk for hours and she tells me her experiences. I tell her mine, and we are friends, and we cannot wait for that day that she will
can finally meet
she will come here, or I will go to her.
Yeah.
I think she will come here because then
2 weeks to go.
I have only a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before the baby is here.
Yeah.
But it's all about looking for connections and not being ashamed or being shy to.
And when you need
to
help,
reach out.
please ask. You will be surprised. You might think you're bothering people or something like that. But once you ask, you will be amazed at the number of people who are really willing to help. And sometimes you just need that ear, somebody to listen to you.
Yeah.
Just talk. I've met actually most of the people I know now through social media.
Right.
Talk, reach out. Hi, how are you? We have so many meetings right now, like virtual meetings or virtual discussions. Everything's now happening online. That is also another opening. Just use whatever you have to connect, because we are humans. We need that connection. And when it is missing, that is when everything just starts.
And if the first trial doesn't work, then try again. Somebody else. And if it doesn't work, then try again.
You'll definitely at the end meet somebody you really connect with.
Yes.
Yeah. And life will be
easier. Life will be much easier. And let's also practice positivity.
Yeah.
Let's do that, because when you're going through all these challenges, then you will just end up being negative. But the key was acceptance. So what did I accept? I accepted that even if I meet new people, they will not always have time for me. Not that whenever I have time, they will have time. No.
Yeah.
So accept that and try to see, okay, if they have time, then I need to adjust my time and make some time to meet with them. So I accepted that things will never be the same, like in Kenya. Like you have friends.
there was always time.
at
You're
your
surrounded
place.
with people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I accepted that I can do this by myself. I can be by myself and just be happy with myself. I can watch a movie. I can listen to music. Just put loud music and dance like crazy. Like
you can go out for a movie on your own.
Yes,
you can go out for dinner on your own.
You can go sit there and eat by yourself.
Yeah.
And if you meet people, then it's okay. If you don't meet people, then it's also okay. You've done something. You've been outside.
Yeah.
Go outside. Don't
helps.
stay inside.
No.
Try to go for walks. Try to go just to the city and just maybe sit in the middle. I used also to do that. Just in the middle of the city, there are places to sit. I would go grab something to eat, maybe a croissant and chocolate milk, and I would go sit in the city and I would look at the birds, and I would
go watch cars.
Yeah. You need to do something. Don't stay inside.
No. You need to distract your mind. You have to keep it busy. Not in a bad way, but like not to give yourself the chance of overthinking and building up things that are going to bother you. Yeah.
And what you also need to do is try to see what it is that you like to do.
Find a hobby.
Yeah, find a hobby. Go swimming. In the Netherlands, they have like swimming lessons for adults. I have done that.
Yeah, acceptance. I would just emphasize on that.
Acceptance.
You are not in control. Things are the way they are.
Yeah.
You can only be yourself. And by being yourself, I actually read something somewhere. It was in Alicia Keys' book. It says when you're in a position, don't try and fight it. Like if you fall in water and you're going upstream and you're trying to resist, then you're using so much energy and you might eventually drown. So just let things flow, go with the flow.
Yeah.
You can only control so much.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wise words there from Alicia Keys.
She has a really good book out. She has a really beautiful book. I've forgotten the title, but it's been released, I think, this year or last year. If you get a chance, it's actually also about mental health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to always stay positive. That really helps. I know it's difficult, but you can do it, you know. You're very strong. You left everything behind to come to
a new country.
To move to a new country.
Yeah.
Like only a strong person can do that. Only a person that can take risks can do that.
Yeah.
Only a person that believes in themselves
Will
can
take
do
that
that.
risk, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
you are very strong. You have a very powerful mind, and
You're capable.
you're capable. Yes, very good. You're capable.
Yeah. And just maybe something to leave you with. If you get to a position where you feel like you need help, you need to talk to somebody. I got to that point, and I did have to see a therapist. Somebody just sit and talk. It is available, and you can do it through your general practitioner, the huisarts in in Netherlands. You just go and
your
say,
family
now
doctor.
I am going through this, and then they can recommend you to somebody, and it does help. Just talk, let it out. They might help you to lead the way. When you're going to see a therapist, it doesn't mean you're mad. It just means you need some help in redirecting the path of your life.
Yeah, I know you're saying it doesn't mean that you're mad. It's because of where we come from.
Yeah.
We come from a society where talking about things is like a taboo. Like you cannot even say the gender of your baby or when the baby is supposed to be born, or you don't even go discuss these things.
No, we're very superficial, you know.
Yeah.
Just laugh. Hi, Abari.
But the good thing about moving to the Netherlands is that there are people who are ready to help you.
Help is there.
There is
If you
help
ask.
here. There is help. There is equality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all you need to do is also open up yourself,
Yeah,
and everything is just going to be okay.
I agree with you on that.
Right.
Open up yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be too closed.
Okay, and remember mental health awareness.
On the 20th of June, it's going to be in Bekbergen, a very
That is in Apeldoorn. huh?
Yeah, in Apeldoorn, Gemeente Apeldoorn. Very quiet, very serene, and we are going to be talking about relationships.
Yeah, and it's going to be about relationships.
It's going to
right?
be about relationships, so not just
Yeah.
the romantic relationships, but friendships,
and all that.
the relationship you have with yourself, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested, you can get in touch with me. Mental health, mind, beauty sphere, or fashion high tea.
Yeah, I will attach it below in the description box.
Yeah.
I always say subscription box, description. My mind is...
And let's get this moment next to 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
Yeah, let's hit 5,000. Thank you for all the subscribers.
Yeah.
It's doing really well. All those viewers, hit up the like button, share with your friends, and let's get her to 5,000.
Yes, please. That would be really nice. Let's move forward, guys. Let's go up, eh? We started from zero, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we are now somewhere. So
Thank
subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, if you haven't done that yet. Share this video and like the video also. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And also one thing, don't skip the adverts. Don't skip when you're watching a video from me. Please don't skip the advertisements. Let them play. Really?
I just learned that as well.
Yeah, she
I
didn't
used
know
to
that.
skip.
She's like always skipping advertisements. Advertisements is what is helping YouTubers. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this video has reached somebody out there that really would like to hear it. I wish I heard these things when I moved to this country. Yeah, but we are here for you guys, and let me know if you want Caro to come back and talk about. Give us an idea of what you would like to see next time.
Yeah.
It could be
I'm
maybe.
curious.
Yeah, it could be maybe when the baby is already here, and it's not a problem.
The
I will
stresses
still.
of motherhood.
Yeah, but I will still make time. I mean, I like doing this, so I will make time for this.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Caro.
My pleasure.
And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.